It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welkom terug, is ingeskakel op jou goed voel ontbytprogram. Dis Expresso net hier op SABC3. Dankie dat julle so vroeg op die Vrydagoggend sommer lekker saam met ons kuier. Now, as one of the world's most prolific and best-loved authors, he needs definitely no introduction. The #1 ladies detective agency has made him a household name and was even turned into a hit TV show. Now, Alexander McCall Smith brings us his latest installment, Precious and Grace. Alexander, good morning. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much indeed.
I think you've got a lot of fans very excited with the launch of the new book, that's for sure.
Well, thank you very much. I'm certainly very pleased to have got it out.
Absolutely, man. Listen, this is the 17th installment of the series. I mean, you must be incredibly proud. I mean, how is this particular one different, or is it in any way different than the previous ones?
Well, I think when you're writing a series of books, obviously there are common features in all the books as you go through them. But every book has a new set of incidents, a new set of experiences for the main characters in the books. So this is different in that sense. And in it we have the central characters still appearing. They're still there because readers like to have characters they know. It's rather nice when you pick up a book and you realise you already know the characters. It's like sitting down for a conversation with an existing friend. So this has that. But also it has new developments in their lives. Not too many developments, because we don't want too much to happen in this world. There's an awful lot going on anyway, so authors shouldn't make it too much worse.
What I love about this series as well is, like, if you take a look at every single book, I mean, there's some sort of a lesson that the reader can learn. Is this the case with this book as well? And what is that lesson that we can look for?
Yes, one doesn't want to stress that too much, because people don't like to be preached to in their books. But if there's a lesson, yes, one can put it gently, so to speak. And in this particular book, Mara Matsui, who helps people with problems in their lives, she's a bit of a psychologist and an agony aunt, that sort of thing. She helps a Canadian woman who'd lived in Botswana many years ago to get back in touch with her childhood. And that's something which I think people are very interested in, the idea of going back and reliving experiences of the past, and in particular, I think, visiting places of the past, seeing how they've changed, and trying to make sense of one's life in that way.
And I think it's also playing off on a beautiful setting, Botswana. You know, why was this the perfect kind of setting for this particular story?
Well, but Botswana really appeals to me in so many respects. It's a remarkable country. It's a very unusual country. I would describe Botswana as a very good country, and many people who go to Botswana feel that. It's in the air, in a sense. It's a country in which people are very courteous towards one another, and there's great kindness there. And so I feel that it's a good setting for books. And indeed, when I started off writing this series, I wanted to say something about the particular character of Botswana. And then I found myself engaged in a very long literary conversation with the country and its people. And so I've enjoyed that. And I think Botswana has things to say to us.
Well, I think it must have been such an incredible experience for you, you know, just going through the motions of writing this whole series up until the point where you are now. So
yes, it is. It's as I say, I enjoy it. When I sit down to write one of these books, I do several series a year. I keep a number of series going. But when I sit down to write one of these books in particular, it feels as if I'm having an encounter with an old friend.
Absolutely. Alexander, thank you so much for joining us this morning, and thank you for keeping us glued to your pages throughout the years as well. Absolutely very, very inspiring. So get a hold of his new book. It's called Precious and Grace. You can get it at any good bookstore, or you can just log on to any online retailer. It will be right there for you. Definitely one of those fantastic, fantastic reads. Right now, let's continue with your Feel Good Morning. Is that time? Leanne's got your news headlines.